What's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all been having a great day. Weather's been kind of boring lately. There's not a lot to talk about, but tomorrow it looks to be an active day weather-wise. Some storms, isolated chance of even a tornado, some storm threats it looks like, with some isolated wind damage possible out there from some storms. But before we get going, if you guys haven't subscribed, the growth right now is really slow just due to slow weather. There's not a whole lot to talk about, so a lot of people, just aren't going to keep up with the weather if it's kind of slow, if it's nice. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe. It's much appreciated. I'm just trying to continue growth through the year and try to reach my goals of 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 816 right now, so I'm trying to get there. Twitter link there, Facebook there. I'm very active on both. But let's go on and dive into this. We got some active weather to talk about tomorrow. For sure. Rain is moving in from Georgia. There's already been some showers in the area, but this is the HRRR model. And as we kind of get into overnight hours, some waves of rain, especially for the upstate, will begin to move in. And as we get into later in the day tomorrow, especially if we get some sunshine from the Midlands Point East, especially there in the PD area and things like that, there is a short wave that will develop, and some strong storms could really get going here, with some isolated wind damage possible and some quick spin-ups, as I mentioned, spin-ups as in tornadoes. So, check it. Let's rewind it here. So check out, this is 4 p.m., but there's some pretty big storms forming and potentially getting going. We don't know how accurate the HRRR model is going to be with this particular event, but it's a decently reliable model in some setups. But we get into afternoon hours, so I do think a lot of areas, especially from the Midlands Points East, is going to be a stormy Friday evening, for sure, and some potential for some severe weather. And as it moves out and we get into Saturday, one quick thing I want to mention for SEC football and definitely the Gamecocks is it looks like the rain's going to be out. It'll be very muggy, but the rain's going to be on out of here for Saturday evening, and for the majority of SEC country. As far as football and ACC football and just football in the Southeast in general. But check it out. This is the Day 2 Convective Outlook here for the National Weather Service, or the Storm Prediction Center here. Has a marginal threat. If you're not familiar with this Outlook legend here, marginal is a level 1 threat. Level 1 doesn't sound very scary or anything, but normally when you get a marginal threat, you definitely have a decent chance to see a severe storm out there too. And definitely there's a highlighted risk, and I don't have it up, but there's a 2% chance of a isolated spin up, a tornado. Keep in mind, I think we had about the same percentage as when the remnants of Sally moved through last week or this weekend. I can't remember. I'm getting my dates mixed up, but that was late last week, I believe. So we need to keep that in mind because we could have some spin-ups. So rainfall, same areas, especially it looks like some of these storms form. It looks like they're going to kind of be moving at a more of a, how can you say, a south to north directional flow at some point, meaning basically storms could train over each other, meaning they can go over the same areas. And there's a slight risk of flooding, which is pretty high, and that's mainly because we just had a very large amount of rain, and these same areas are going to get a lot of rain tomorrow. So check it out. This is the European, the latest European, showing 1 to 2 inches across a large chunk of the state. And I'm noticing these little streamers right here. Basically, it's showing where lines of storms could really form and dump maybe 2, 3, 4 inches of rain. So that's one thing, that's a trend we need to watch out for. GFS is more widespread as far as, no, that's not correct. There we go. From now over to the weekend, looking like anywhere from a ½ inch to 1 inch of rain, really anywhere in the state. So it's definitely going to be a rainy day tomorrow, and I think it's going to last all the way through Saturday morning. But check it out here. I want to go over this too because this is going to be the next thing we're going to be talking about, and I think this is going to end up being something, a big deal across somewhere in the South. So obviously over the weekend we're going to have muggy conditions. We have the rain tomorrow into Saturday morning, and it's going to be muggy all weekend. It's going to feel more like a typical late September day in the South. Not super ridiculously muggy, but it's going to be muggy, and the temperatures won't be that bad. But as we get past Sunday into early next week, into Monday, if you look right here, These are dew points. So you got dew points in the 60s and 70s ahead of this massive trough that is digging to our west. And check out that sharp cutoff. And as it moves through here, we get into Tuesday, and just a huge drop off where dry air starts to come. And check out even here in Florida, the dry air makes it all the way almost to the southern end of Florida. And this cool dry air, I don't have temperatures up, but it looks to stick around for a long time, just like this air mass we just had. And it looks to might reinforce itself down later in the month of October. But I tell you what, this is going to be a very cool start to October for us in the southeast. Much more different than last year. Around this time, we were scorching in the mid to upper 90s, and we got into early October, and we broke huge records. Well, we hit over 100 degrees, I believe, 2 days straight here in the Columbia, South Carolina area. So this is a welcome sight. Fall is definitely feeling like fall, but with this front, some major trough digging here. The way it's coming down, it's digging right down here. So basically, you get some storm systems that kind of flow up, and we get under those storm systems, and it's like a bowling ball effect. We just can get a line of storms that kind of forms with the front, almost kind of like Halloween 2019. But the Storm Prediction Center, as it's flipping through day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, probably it says potential too low, but it says potential. So it's already kind of talking a little bit about something out there in that range, and this is just something we need to watch. It's definitely not mentioned by the severe weather outlook yet, but as you can tell, this is the Climate Center's prediction for the 6 to 10 day range, which is September 30th to October 4th. You rarely see this. It's 90% chance of below average temperatures this far out, and going into here in our state in South Carolina, Carolinas, and Southeast. Solid chance. Solid agreement here with the main operational models that we are going to have a blast of cold air, but we may have to suffer with it with some nasty storms potentially midweek next week, and we're going to get more into that as we know more. But it's definitely been mentioned a lot today. But that's all I got. Expect a nasty weather day tomorrow, and we'll talk more about what to expect next week in the coming days and over the weekend, because I do think it's going to get active. That's all I got. Y'all have a blessed night.